All right, you guys, we're going to transplant some jalapeno pepper plants. So what I find works for me is actually mixing my dirt in this 20-gallon container bin. That way I can make a big batch of it and then I can just use it as I need it. So I have this soil that's good for container growing as well as raised garden beds. It's the jungle growth. It's the teal bag. And so far I really enjoy it. I garden the way I cook. I do not measure, okay? So if you are a measurement person, you're not gonna get that from here. So this is our black cow, our cow manure. So I know that there is a lot of hate love for peat moss, and I actually heard that pit moss was better than peat moss because peat moss is not it's not sustainable enough, but it's what I bought. So because I bought it, I'm going to use it. We spent our money, we're going to use it. So there's nothing wrong with using the shovel. However, sometimes it can't get into the nooks and the crannies of the bin, and I need to come and hand mix this just so I can really see what I'm working with. If you're a person that struggles with stress, anxiety, depression, I'm in no way saying that this will, eliminate them. But I am saying that it can drastically change, your mood when you're out here gardening gloves. So I'm going to finish mixing this and I will be right back. Now, let me lead with the fact that you probably do not need all these things to have a thriving plant or garden, okay? And this is just the route that I've decided to take. And sometimes you need to spend a little, like invest a little to have a more sustainable garden, okay? So we added in some blood meal, earthworm castings, bone meal, and vermiculite. Now again, like I said, you guys do not have to use everything that I'm using in this video. You can go, a different direction with your plants in your garden. It's all trial and error. There is no right or wrong. I feel like there's no right and wrong in gardening, just like there's no right and wrong in cooking. Let my spirit lead me the same way I let it lead me in the kitchen, okay? And it ain't never failed me in the kitchen, and I guarantee you it won't fail me in the garden. All right, you guys, so here is where we are with our pot. We have filled it pretty much to the rim, but we have to wet our soil down so that there is no transplant shock. Don't need to have it like soaking wet, but it definitely needs to be damp for sure. Think of I would say if you were to soak down a sponge and then squeeze the water out, the feel and touch of that wet or damp sponge, that's what you want your dirt to feel like. So I'm gonna go ahead and water our dirt and then we'll be right back. So what we'll do, I just kind of want y'all to see, nothing's wringing out. It's like a damp sponge, okay? So just enough, and this is the part where I get my hands dirty. So I'm going to now remove each of our seedlings, one at a time, and we're gonna create little divots in our pot here, and we're just gonna drop them. What I am gonna do though, is I have a separate mixing bowl that I'm gonna let some of that dirt, I don't want all that dirt to come into this new plant because this is new fresh soil, and the mix is, I'm sure it really wouldn't matter, but I'm just being a little particular right now, okay? So we created our little divots right there. That works for me. Let's get our plants. Look at that jalapeno pepper plant, you guys. She's gorgeous. Doesn't smell like much, but look how pretty it is. The fact that this started from seed, just blows my mind. These are wet. You can't really see much of nothing going on in here, but what I am gonna do is just gently start to remove the dirt to expose our roots. It's like a little beetle or something on me. Look at that. So there you have it, guys. We have successfully transplanted 2 of our jalapeno plant seedlings. I'm excited. I can't wait to see how they adjust. the soil is nice and moist for them. They won't have any problems, any issues, and we'll just continue to monitor them to see if we need to help them along in any type of way. But once you transplant them, you definitely just want to trust the process. Even if they do kind of wilt a little bit, just don't give up on them. Give them a little time to adjust, because they've been moved from one environment that they've been sitting in for weeks, and now they're in a new environment. So just give them a little chance, okay? And root them on along the way. Ha, pun intended. That was cute. Anyway, happy gardening, you guys. Just a girl in her garden. Toodles.